Hi guys, my name is Shagun Sethi and I am 20 years old. I am doing my undergraduation right now and I'm going for my master's. But I'm here to talk about a very important and huge part of myself, which is my anxiety. My anxiety and I are now best friends. It has been 6 years that I know my anxiety better than maybe anyone else would ever know anything. But yeah, so I have generalized anxiety disorder and I got to know about it about 5 to 6 years ago. I got my anxiety from a place of a lot of childhood bullying and a lot of violence that I faced, which I'll come to in about a minute. But before that, generalized anxiety disorder is basically a state in which you feel constantly anxious. So it is not about circumstances that make you prone to your anxiety, but rather a state of being. So for instance, imagine this. Do you feel that feeling when, like your foot, after sitting for a really long time, you can't move it because you feel like needles are pinning through your entire body? That's what it feels like to have GAD continuously. So I constantly feel like there are needles poking through my body. I constantly feel like there is something that's going wrong in the world, and that's just how my anxiety makes me feel. Where I got my anxiety from? My anxiety comes from a place of childhood bullying and childhood violence. It comes from a place where I was beaten up, I was thrown around, and I had to face a lot of, for instance, alienation, boycotting, and treatment like I'm an external different person at school and at home from whatever circumstances that I was in my community, in my dance classes, and stuff like that. My bullying was not just because of the kind of person I was, but because of body shaming, because I was short and I was, I had muscles and I was a little bulky. I was not your petite, perfect, pretty girl. And from those places, I started hating on myself. Because the way society is made is that it makes you believe that everything that you do is wrong, right? It makes you feel like your existence is invalid. And that's what I started feeling. I started feeling that people don't like me, and that's right, because there's something wrong with me, right? That I deserve to be beaten up because why aren't they beating up other kids? I deserve to not have friends and no one come to my birthdays because everyone else has friends go to their birthdays, so there's something wrong with me. I was told that I shouldn't dance because of the kind of physique that I had. I was told that I shouldn't be doing, a different plethora of things because that's the kind of person I was, right? It took me a lot of time to realize that it was because of these circumstances that I had developed a hatred to myself and a fear for the world. And this combination of two things is what we call generalized anxiety disorder. It is because of these situations and because of the place I was in that I realized that I couldn't, for instance, go abroad for my undergraduation because I wasn't capable. I was too fragile. I was too scared. I couldn't do basic things like go out and get myself coffee because I was scared of that interaction that would take place. And so I decided that if I ever want to be able to change the world, I have to first know myself and change myself. And so I started therapy. It was probably the best decisions I've ever taken. Something I'll talk about in the second video. But because of the therapy and because of the different changes that I made in my daily life, I reached a position and a place where first, I can now talk to you all about what I went through, but also B, I know myself. I know the things I need to do for myself. I know how to handle my anxiety, and I know the do's and don'ts when you're in a tough situation. And so the only thing I'd like to tell you all is that whatever you're feeling, though it's real and though whatever your feelings are real feelings and they deserve to be heard by the world, they aren't right feelings. You shouldn't hate on yourself. You shouldn't be made to feel like you're smaller than what you are and that your worth is nothing, because no one decides that. You do. And so you have to take positive actions to move to a place where you can empower others by empowering yourself.